Kanye said Jay-Z is the only person who can even stand on a stage with him in the verses. And that's the kind of we love to hear rappers say. Because there's only one way to find out. 9 rounds, no feelings, no ties. Let's run it. You back with Grown Man Bars. I'm Chad. That man is Big Absolute. Tonight, we're putting Kanye West quote to the test. Kanye versus Jay-Z, 9 rounds, 9 tracks, no ties. You decide the winner. BA, let's kick the tires and light the fires on this bitch. Round 1. The Arrival song. The song that when we first heard about this artist, we said, this dude is going to be a problem. BA, what's Kanye bringing in for round 1?
Oh, I'm not even going to hold you. Ain't no sense to hold you. Ain't even no sense of playing around. Ain't no sense of teasing, dropping no fresh track, none of that. It is through the wire. Period. Point blank. Through the Wire wasn't even a debut. It was a sound of survival. This was when we talk about keep it 100, when we talk about real talk. I don't know if the story about him going through the airport was true, but his jaw really was wired shut. So the phrase that pays through the wire was as real as it gets. Period. Point blank. What you got for round 1? What's the Arrival for you?
Jay-Z, Can't Knock the Hustle. I pick it because 1, Mary J. Blige is on it. But this song is also a declaration, man. This is the birth of that slick shit. This is the birth of that slick talk, man. The Can't Knock the Hustle talk. Jay didn't show up hungry. He showed up already eating, who didn't need any permission to do what he was doing. It was clear that he was different from the jazzo version of Jay-Z that we knew. So there you go. Kanye's Through the Wire versus Jay-Z's Can't Knock the Hustle. Drop down in the comments and tell us what's up. Round 2. The Street Record. Where I'm From. Jay-Z's Where I'm From is a documentary. Because he's not performing toughness here, BA. He's reporting it. He's giving you real names, real people, real street corners. He's not doing that fake level of saying the streets. He's saying this particular street, the one that I live on. Y'all know, because this dude hangs out on the corner over there. And what was so impressive about it was to go from the guy who released the In My Lifetime single, the guy who released the slick shit and Can't Knock the Hustle, to turn right around and show that you can be a street dude and occupy that lane and not change up at all. That's versatility, baby. That's round 2. Where I'm From. Cough up a lung, Marcy, son.
That's so we talking about versatility. I mean, Jay represents Marcy. He represents the streets. But what Kanye did for the street record I chose was representing how to escape them. Because sometimes the realest record ain't always the hardest record. It's the most relatable. And for me, la, 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 wait till I get my money. Can't tell me nothing, baby. Because at the end of the day, is that not it? When I get myself situated, when I get on mine, you ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. No matter what I gotta do for this grind, no matter what I gotta do to get through this situation, when I get mine together, I'm not hearing all that you can't do this, you ain't supposed to do that, you can't be this. Shit. When I gets mine, I gets mine. So for me, it's simple. Can't tell me nothing. Period, point blank.
And I'm telling you, if anything was ever prophetic, when he did get his money right,
Man,
he did not give a fuck. Round 2, the street record, Jay-Z's Where I'm From versus Kanye's Can't Tell Me Nothing. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won. Round 3, the hit record. BA, what you got over there for Kanye, man?
First of all, we talk about hits.
We talking about his.
It could have spent an hour in Kanye's catalog on a hit. The man got hits, undeniable. And when you have a hit that's on the charts, on all the charts, that's a real hit. Hits make money. She take my money when I'm in need. Nothing else but the Ray Charles sample. Shout out Jamie Foxx. I ain't saying she a gold digger. We got to go with gold digger. Gold digger was on another planet when we were talking about hit record. We talk about being global a lot. Gold digger was universal, but gold digger set a foundation where he started to hit stratosphere numbers that he started to separate himself a lot as an artist when that happened.
Round 3 for Jay-Z, the hit record. I mean, look, Jay does have the most Billboard hits of any rapper, so there was a lot to choose from, but there's only one. And it's Hard Knock Life. Look, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I hate this song. And I hate it only because that song has been everywhere I've ever been since it came out. It got played so much over the last 20 years. But what was cool about it was this wasn't the first time we heard Jay. This was his third major album, his third major project. But this was the first time we heard the Jay that we know now. Hard Knock Life is what started that whole sub-genre that Jay-Z created himself. How do you take a Little Orphan Annie sample and make it a hard record? Before this, people respected him. After this, he was everywhere. And it became a takeover. So that's what I got. Round 3, Kanye's Gold Digger versus Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won round 3. All right, BA, I got to ask for a judge's ruling here.
All right.
By rule, y'all, the feature master is a song in which somebody else's song that our artist showed up on and showed they could still do their thing. I'm going to ask BA to give me a brief exception this week so that I can use a song that was actually on Jay-Z's album that featured somebody else, because I think y'all will like where I want to go with this. BA, can I have that ruling?
All right.
I have a backup just in case you say no.
All right, I'm with it. Let's hear it. I'm with it.
Okay, I'm going with Renegade. Now I see in your face, and I hear everybody who's watching this show calling me an asshole right now because they're telling me that Eminem had the best verse on that song. I am not here to argue that. I would be a fool not to say that Eminem's first verse on that wasn't the best verse on that record. But if you try to tell me that Eminem ran Jay-Z off that track, you out of your rabbit ass mind. Jay had bars. He was rapping against the most technically gifted lyricists of all time. Nobody was featuring Eminem on their tracks in that 2001 era. Nobody wanted to do that. Jay wasn't scared to do it. And I'll tell you why Jay did the veteran move. Because you've said this before about rapping with Eminem, and Jay was smart enough to know this. You don't try to out-rap him. You do your thing as good as you can do it and let it stand against what he did. Jay didn't even argue that. People have called him out, like when Nas said Eminem murdered you on your own song. He never said that wasn't true because he didn't care. The record sold because it was two greats going together. That's the whole argument. Being a feature master to me is sometimes about not losing yourself just because the other guy can rap his ass off. So I'm going to go with Renegade for my feature master track. What you got over there for Kanye?
Okay, I see what kind of time you're on. All right, I see what kind of time you're on. And you know what? Your argument was amazing. I support it. Great pick. No, because that's really getting out the box. And to me, that's what the G&B verses is all about. It's for putting in some real thought into some of these picks. I did the same thing.
Come on.
Not the same way, but I went here with it. Because normally when we go feature, we try to go, okay, our artist that we represented had the single best verse on a song that they featured on. I didn't do that. I did similar to what you did. I'm going with an album where he was one of 3, and to prove he killed the feature, he stood up to 2 god-tier hip-hop MCs. I'm going none other than DJ Premier's Classic, featuring none other than Rakim, Nasir Jones, KRS-One, and Kanye West. And I say, and I quote, classic, because that's what I'm accustomed to. No bad verse. Everybody did their thing, and Kanye stood on the shoulders of giants and walked among them without problem. So for me, some features support a record, but this was a redefining moment in the culture, and Kanye stood shoulder to shoulder with the best.
Objection, Your Honor. Erroneous on all counts. You can't bring in Rakim and KRS-One. That is bullshit. I'm throwing my challenge flag.
Bust.
Hey, so that's round 4 for you. The feature master. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won. You got Jay-Z's Renegade versus DJ Premier's Classic, featuring Kanye West and a lot of great-ass rappers. Round 5, the Bar Fest.
This one hurt because, Kanye is not known as a lyricist by any means. And even though this is not one of my favorite albums, I'm going backward, way back, way back. I'm not going lyrical technical skill. I'm going lyrical impact. It's Jesus Walks by Kanye West. Off the classic College Dropout album, Jesus Walks was something we had never heard before. No one had ever put it in like that. And for me, it wasn't that the bars were tricky or the bars were so technical or intertwined. It was just the impact of everything that was saying. And I mean, God showed me the way. I mean, Ye did his thesis on that. So Barfest, I knew this was going to be a sticky category when we got to this round, because Jay-Z is one of them ones, right? So what you got?
You know what it is, Jigga what? Jay-Z is a very crafted rapper. Like, we've talked about this before. Like, he is very meticulous in how he puts every little piece in the right place. So he rarely has a verse where he just spazzes out, because that's just not what he does. He's way more controlled than that. This was just great rappers rapping. Him and Jazzo. No concept, no message, no real hook. Just Jay and Jazzo seeing how far they could push this shit. But Jay starts bending time on this record with the way he switches his flows up. He's compressing flows. He's switching cadences, changing lanes. It's more for the bar fest, because this ain't a single. This didn't get on the radio. This was very clear that it was a radio track for the hip hop audience. He used valuable album real estate just to prove that he could go just as hard as anybody doing it. He ate so much on this one, it looked like a mukbang video on TikTok. Where the people just eat to see how much they can eat. That's what this was like.
Oh, wow.
He ate.
Crazy work.
He ate. So round 5, the Bar Fest, Kanye's Jesus Walks versus Jay-Z's Jigga What. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won. Round 6, the Club Smash. Now, these are two titans going at it with club songs. But y'all know what I picked. It's another one that I love, but I hate. That's one of my favorite Southern groups of all time on it. It's Big Pimpin', man, because that song just keeps getting played over and over. But no lie, man, y'all know that song took over that summer. I think that was that the summer of 2000?
I believe so.
I think it was
right after Cash Money took over for the 90s.
That's right. He took it back. He took it back in the 2000. I think I was in Kuwait when that one dropped. So I got that one at the little BX in Kuwait. But yeah, man, he brought UGK to MTV. That was the kind of power he had. So I know as a Southern rap fan, I really appreciate that. There's nothing I need to say about that. I mean, about the song. He stood next to Pimp C and Bun B, and he did his thing. So I'm going for the Club Smash, Big Pimpin' on BLADs. What's Kanye got over there?
Golf clap. That's a golf clap. A good pick. When you say he shut it down for the summer, that is an accomplishment. What happens when you pack a club in Belfast, Ireland? That's different. As much as I hate this song in my soul, There was not a bigger club smash in the world than Stronger. Stronger got played everywhere because it could. Pool dances, proms, weddings, bar mitzvahs, clubs in the UK, clubs in Africa, clubs in Belfast, Ireland. It was everywhere because any DJ at any type of club, hip hop, techno, pop, you could just play it and it worked. That is crazy in itself. So Big Pimpin' might make the club move, but Stronger made the clubs adapt. Like it, I don't care what your genres is, hit play. Everybody's dancing and drinking.
Yeah, I'll give you this. Both of those songs are songs that rap fans don't want to hear anymore because everybody else still does.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's round 6, your club smash, Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' versus Kanye's Stronger. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won. The story record.
I had to get into this album, man.
Oh, I know which one
This
you
might
mean.
be Lil B-Rob's. This is Lil B-Rob's favorite Kanye album. Shout out B-Rob. It's his favorite Kanye album. And he always pressed me, Dad, my beautiful dark twisted fantasy is it. There is a song on there that when we talk about being vulnerable and really opening up, Runaway, man. Runaway by Kanye. It's some truth in there. We give Slim a lot of credit for songs like Cleaning Out My Closet. And this, to me, this is on that same level. It's on that same line where it's just an honest truth. And you got to take a look at it. And so, I mean, I'm not going to hold you on this at all, man. Runaway.
I like it, man, but I went a little different direction with my story. So for round 7, I mean, for the story, I went with Coming of Age, the sequel. The second part.
That's a good story record. He told a story.
He wrote a screenplay. Like it was 2 characters, 2 perspectives, and basically 4 acts. Beginning, middle, conflict, resolution, all that literary shit that I love. And the great thing is, or the funny thing is, I loved Memphis Bleak after I heard this song. And then I hated Memphis Bleak because I also heard that Jay-Z wrote Memphis Bleak's parts too.
Man, that dude been lying for years talking about Jay didn't write them verses. Come on, man.
Both sides of a complete conversation between 2 fully realized characters is not rapping, that's directing. And he coming back to a story on volume 2 that was originally on Reasonable Doubt, making it better 2 albums later. Nah, that's a writer writing shit right there. That shows, that's GOAT range. That's GOAT range. Not calling him a GOAT, just saying that's GOAT range.
That is range.
So round 7, the story record, Kanye's Runaway versus Jay-Z's Coming of Age, the sequel. Drop down in the comments and tell us who won. Round 8, the culture record. This one was the most fun for me. I went really new on this one. I took this one from 444, and you should be able to know exactly what I mean. This is Jay-Z's deepest record, and it's deep as fuck. I went with the story of OJ.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
Well, because to me, this is Jay-Z in his most grown man form. And the Nina Simone sample is doing a fuck ton of work in there. The perspective is what made it so valuable. Because at this time, when he released this record, Jay-Z was a billionaire. But Jay-Z said, I did that, and I still see the same shit. That's why that song was so heavy for me, because he has a different perspective than a lot of other people. And it's still the same thing. That made it hit so much harder for me. It didn't really feel like a rap moment to me necessarily as a cultural moment. For the cultural moment, I got to go with the story of OJ, man. What you got for Kanye?
Oh my God. Just on that. I remember every time I sing that song, I do this exact face right here. Okay. Like, 'cause that's what you, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not black, I'm OJ. You're like, fuck that mean? Like, okay. Like, yeah. Man, the culture moment for me, this might be one of the best ones we've done because the songs just seem to really play off each other. So you go yin, I'm going yang. So you bring it from a cultural standpoint with the people looking at the internal struggle. And I'm going to go with, you know, what happens when we get a little success and we do our thing, because I feel like no one man should have all that power. I gotta go with power, baby. I mean, it was a defining moment because when he made this song, there was some things. We tell y'all on this show all the time. We not talking about the person. We talk about the artist.
We do not have any degrees in psychology.
Both of us are former artists, and as an artist, you hope that you reach a level of success, and it may not be financial, but you hope you reach a level of success in artistry where you can just pretty much do what the hell you do and your people rock with you. We've had people go there and just try stuff. CeeLo leaving Goody Mob and doing Gnarls Barkley. We've seen it. Kanye at one point got so large, he had to acknowledge it, that it might be a bit much. Good, bad, or indifferent, it might be a bit much. He had the Adidas deal. He was about to close the deal on the clothing line, the Kardashians on a regular basis.
Ye went from a guy whose paper was straight to being worth $500 million, and it felt like in a week.
In a week, it was quick. It was quick.
Yeah, so the cultural moment, round 8, Jay-Z's The Story of OJ versus Kanye's Power. Drop down in the comments. Tell us who won round 8. The final round, round 9. The Modern Test, the song that still rings bells no matter when it plays. BA, what you got over there?
You know, you started this battle off in the first round. You went with a Jay-Z song, and you gave a tribute to the queen of R&B soul, Mary J. Blige. So it's always good to have a track that a respected lyricist or vocalist is on. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go with a timeless cut, the original project. We're going to go with nothing other than All Falls Down. Classic, timeless, and as soon as you hear that voice, before the beat even kicks in, you know exactly what's coming, and you are locked in the whole song. So I'm going with All Falls Down. How about you?
I too stepped just outside of hip hop for this one, a crossover as well. You mentioned the queen of R&B. I'm going to the beard of rock and roll. Now, the reason that
Not the beard.
the reason that I picked 99 Problems. One is a Rick Rubin and Jay-Z joint is just it's a dope collab. But two, this song has changed what it meant at least 2 or 3 times as it ages. It's not aging.
Yeah, it aged well.
Yeah, as the song,
it grew up, it matured. I get it.
It keeps changing. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Everything I know about Search and Seizure started with the 3rd verse of that song. My glove compartment's locked, so is the trunk in the back, and I know my rights, so you're gonna need a warrant for that.
Warrant for that, yeah, man.
No, I joke. Some colleges actually have used this song to teach the 4th Amendment. That song has been claimed by more than one generation. And anytime more than one generation claims a song, that's some dope shit. So there it is, round 9. The Modern Test, Kanye's All Falls Down versus Jay-Z's 99 Problems. Yeah, so now it's your turn. Y'all tell us. Who you got round by round? Drop down in the comments and tell us who won each round. Tell us what songs you would have picked over the ones we did. I know we get stuff wrong. Where we go wrong? More importantly, if this actually went down, who you putting money on? And I don't mean I love this dude, so that's the name I'm picking. I'm talking about money that it would hurt you to lose. Let us know. Like, subscribe, do all that good shit, and we will catch y'all next week with a new format where we talk about DMX and Tupac. I'm Chad. That's BA. Be good, y'all.